And welcome back to Indiethon, sponsored by Chucklefish and Team 17 and raising money for Child's Play. Since 2003, Child's Play has partnered with children's hospitals all across the globe to provide toys, games and technology to help improve hospitalised kids' lives. Partner hospitals also receive an annual gift designed to support their child life department through equipment, maintenance and research. And with that, time to introduce our next run. It's going to be an any percent run of Stick It to the Man by ripWSB. Take it away, Rip.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm ripWSB.
Hey, I'm Siebes.
I got a surprise little guest because I'm taking up our entertainment devices at home. So the lovely Siebes is going to be chilling on the couch, literally. We'll just go ahead and get this thing started and we can kind of chat while we go. So if we're ready on the timer, we'll do, you want to do the countdown? Start at 3?
All right.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, this is Stick It to the Man. It's by Zoink Games. They have a pretty distinct art style, if you couldn't tell. They've done a few games like this. 2 of their other ones, I think Zombie Vikings came after this game. And then later on, what you'll be seeing in about half an hour or so is Flipping Death. And they've all kind of got this similar art style where it's kind of like the cardboardy paper look. The characters are pretty bizarre looking with like the tops of their heads coming off when they talk. So it's really cool. It makes
something nostalgic.
Yeah.
I feel about that art style, which I like.
Yeah, definitely some like old school cartoon feels.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're Ray. I guess we should kind of.
Right.
We'll be skipping a lot of the story with cutscenes, so it's gonna not make a whole lot of sense. That was English, but we're Ray. He's a hard hat tester. He just got done doing a shift, so he's on his way home from work, and there's a government plane flying around, and they made the plane out of paper to prevent it getting picked up by enemy radar. And then it starts storming when they're in the plane, so they're like, that's not a good idea. So the plane gets split in half by lightning, and they are carrying this top secret, like, ultimate weapon type of thing. And so of course that falls out and smacks Ray in the head, and he gets knocked out, so we're kind of like in subconscious Ray right now. Oh! Please make it! No! So you get to see these little copy machines as our like little checkpoints.
So this is like the introduction to this sticky arm function.
Yeah.
Which
So
you'll be using throughout the game.
he just kind of assumes that he's dreaming. I mean, I would. If I had a big pink spaghetti arm popping out on my head. Alright, so we'll try and time this jump a little bit better. Please don't. Please. Okay, maybe not do this next time. But anyway, once we finally get past the point we're supposed to get to, basically there's like a big mechanical Ray, and we got to power that up to kind of wake Ray back up. And inside is this little weird looking squid alien guy. And so that's Ted, and that is the weapon that fell out of the plane. And he is responsible for this spaghetti arm.
Wait, these colossal fingers look oh, wow.
So we get some more cutscenes to skip. Yeah, that's the ultimate like strats in the game, is just hold the skip cutscene button. It's a lot of what we'll be doing in this run, but which is a shame because the story is pretty funny.
And the voice acting and stuff.
Yeah, the voice acting it's pretty silly.
So that's Ray's girlfriend, who's kind of like a big plot motivator.
Yeah, that's Arlene.
Arlene.
Of course, she's going to be hanging out in Ray's heart, which is
It's
so
sweet.
loving.
Oh, hey there, little
So we got to figure out how to get the heart
Arlene's
into
sweet
Heart.
dog, aren't you? How's it going, Heart?
So
Oh, there's a good
we need to figure out a way to get this little dog to follow us. And luckily there's this dead pirate, so we're just going to borrow a bone.
Just realize how well lend. Heart?
He makes a good joke that kind of gets cut off because he's too slow. And we lead Heart back to the heart. And that's chapter 2. There's 10 chapters. Make sure we stick that.
Yeah, so we have these stickers. This is like how we move the story along, is sticking these stickers in the correct places.
Yeah. And so now we're back in the real world. Ray gets kicked out of a hospital, and unfortunately the spaghetti arm is still there. So now he's starting to kind of like question reality. Like, is he okay? Is he dreaming still? Is he back in reality? You can read minds and also interact with objects in the world. So there are times where we'll have to read a mind to like either grab something out of their kind of thought bubble or put something in there. So we gotta put these tears in this cannibal chef's suit and then grab an arm. And then we're gonna feed an alligator the arm and then grab the alligator's teeth. Like, without the story, this whole game is just...
It's wild.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Even with the story, even though it makes it more linear, it doesn't make it any less strange so much.
Like, we open the back of a car with a can opener, and then we grab some dentures off this guy's butt, and this guy was gonna kill himself because his girlfriend left him for a mafia don that had really nice dentures because she has a thing for teeth. The story is just play the game casually.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Like, luckily the speedrun doesn't ruin the story at all.
Yeah, and the voice acting and all the little, and there's some small things that, of course, you don't even need to go through to finish the game, so you won't even see it all.
Yeah, there's people that you don't interact with that you otherwise would. There's extra little kind of side quests you can do. I guess side quest is a bit of a stretch, but you know. But now we start getting interactions with these henchmen guys, and so the quote-unquote man that we're trying to stick it to is like this shadowy government guy, and he's trying to get Ted back because it's obviously this really powerful, weird weapon. And so he's sending his goons after us, and so we are going to just try to avoid these guys. Which, for the most part, it's pretty simple until like the last couple chapters where it gets a little bit tougher to avoid them. But so now he's kind of questioning, like, why are there people actually chasing me? Am I still losing my mind? At the end of chapter 3, Arlene tells him, like, hey, go see my doctor, and maybe he can give you some clues as to what's going on. So that's this chapter. We're trying to make our way to the doctor, and the doctor is having problems of his own because his dad just passed away, and his dad was a doctor as well, but he loved lobotomies, and he doesn't like that his son is actually like being a helpful doctor.
Excuse me.
So there's family tension there. So we're gonna have to make Dr. Egglesworth's dad appreciate him as a son and a doctor, and we're gonna do that in like the weirdest way possible. So we also have another family dynamic that's weird, and we got this crazy old clown trying to kill his son for the clown tricks. This is the like one of the few cutscenes you can't skip for some reason.
That was awesome.
And it's just bizarre that there's one.
It's just for the one.
So it's a nice little break, but yeah, we're trying to save the clowns now that we caused to have a problem. It's just such a weird game.
It's a very hard one to keep up with and describe quickly.
Oh, gotta use the right sticker. There we go. But basically, yeah, we need these ghost teeth to make the doctor's dad's ghost like him.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more time, folks.
But in doing so, Dr. Brahm, the psychiatrist that he's gone to kind of deal with his dad problems, thinks he's insane and sends him to the psychiatric ward. So there's that problem. Which Dr. Brown will actually make a repeat appearance in Flipping Death, which is the game I'll be running next.
Yeah, there are some parallels between the two games.
Nice little nods to
homage.
one game. Yeah. So Dr. Brown hypnotizes Ray, and we're back inside Ray's head, and he's set up a little Ray's Funhouse. So we're just going to be going through some of Ray's old memories, and Dr. Brahms is trying to figure out what's going on. I'm going to sneak by that guard right there. There is an out of balance part you can do in this chapter, but it's actually slower than just kind of going through normally and just skipping through the floors. And we'll see that in a second. I wish the game would stop stuttering. So we're gonna steal the Z's from that guy. Ooh! So for the enemies, there is a way to kind of, you can either sneak past them, or there are different things you can snatch out of their thought bubbles. So you either get these Z's that will obviously put them to sleep, or you can grab Ray's face and slap it onto a different guard or henchman, and either one will kind of, ooh, please go, distract them. That's not who I wanted to use that on, but that's cool. That is the small problem, is since you're trying to grab all these pins and move yourself around, it's pretty easy, especially on controller, to grab the wrong thing. Not the end of the world, but I was saving those Z's for this guy down here. So instead, we'll just kind of bait him over here and then do the old pin grab. So you're seeing these Ted scribbles everywhere, and Ted's just kind of made a home inside Ray's brain. And that's what you see at the end of the chapter in the cutscene. And so Dr. Braun thinks Ray is crazy and sends him to the same psychiatric ward as Dr. Egglesworth.
The clown.
So yeah, we got a lot of interesting characters in this little bit. Ray's stuck with a straitjacket.
Oh, this has some of the best lines though.
It does have, yeah.
Well, that went surprisingly well.
So there is a guard up here, but we can just kind of jump our way past. So instead of henchmen, the usual Goonie henchmen, we got these nurses that are beefy as all get out.
Like the same characters, but just with the Nurse Ratchet uniform.
It's like I think they still have like guns and everything, or some sort of like weapon. But again, it's kind of like a Rube Goldberg, where we need one thing to make another thing happen, and then that will make the next thing happen. So it's a series of events that each of these stickers will kind of help progress and initiate the next part. We need this sticker eventually, but we gotta make it up here. Gotta grab this dead mouse from this guy's dreams, or thoughts. He thinks he's a piece of cheese. We have this old lady, which you can actually find the sticker for her, but it's not needed to progress the story, so we just kind of ignore her, but she's an alien and she's trying to get back home. And then we're gonna grab some Z's from this guard to be safe. They already lost a bunch of time in chapter 2 on just the platforming, nothing too serious, but it'd be like that. The nice thing about the speedrun is there's not really a whole lot that can go wrong. Eventually, there's some guard trouble that we'll probably run into towards the end, but for the most part, you're just trying to grab stickers and place them quickly. And there's a couple small glitches and a pretty big one in the second to last chapter, but that one's really hard to do, and I don't think it's... Oh, there we go. So we use the dead mouse for this crazy taxidermy lady, or taxidermist, I guess would be the correct.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use that screen we got past the whaler on this guy. I think he's actually digging into the psychiatric ward. So he's like breaking into the thing.
Well, he was trying to dig down, and the sticker influences to dig up.
Tells him to dig up. We're gonna prep the guy on the right. I'm gonna grab the flame from this guy for a tea kettle. Because there's gonna be there's Dr. Egglesworth. He made it in there.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's going to be an imaginary crazy bunny that... Oh, I don't want that. But that's actually the sticker for the alien lady.
There, boiling water. I bet all the ladies will want to get.
Sorry, alien lady.
Yeah.
A dude with heated water.
We're just gonna keep that. So you can grab all the extra stickers and not use them, but there you go. And you can cycle through if you have a bunch of different stickers. You just cycle through them. So we'll grab our tea set, and then there's this little ghost girl who takes the bunny and scares the guard that was blocking the way. We get our taxidermist with the dead mouse. Because at the end of this, we found a dead whale and we taxidermy the whale back to shape, I guess. And then
Just something.
It's such a weird story.
Yeah.
And then the guy that we stole the bag from.
Can maybe be recharged though.
Stop talking, let me.
That's how batteries work, right?
Where'd the stickers go?
You have the battery.
I can't change my sticker though.
Oh.
Let me see if maybe the controller got jacked up. No? Guess we'll see if we can continue. That was weird. You can check this off your never happened before bingo sheet. I don't know where it'll put us. I hope it doesn't like start the whole chapter over. Please don't. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
So now we gotta figure out where the taxidermist went though.
This
So after
battery's
you
dead.
pull that, you're supposed to be able to grab. Yeah, now I can switch stickers.
That's how batteries work, right?
So let's see, where did she go? I was a
This be a
taxi.
good.
Oh,
This be a good time for a donation at all.
yeah.
Excellent. Just like to announce that we've had a $5.01 donation from our very own the DM Panda,
Where are we
who has said, "Pet the dog, pet the dog, pet the dog." Did I mention petting the dog? Good. As you may have been able to guess, that has now completed the Pet the Dog incentive for Rainbow Billy, the Curse of the Leviathan. And now that that has been completed, there is a new incentive on the board, which is for the same game, and the incentive is Pet the Dog again. So if you want the dog to be petted a second time, then see if you can get to our $200 goal in 11 hours' time. So,
Well,
yeah,
here we are.
thank you very much, Panda, and back to you, Rip.
Thank you. Got some pets?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Very clear message there. I like that.
He
Found
doesn't mince his words. Panda.
Not at
Yeah.
all. No.
No way am I going near her. I learned long ago to stay away.
Alright, so we found out that the taxidermist just goes back to where you initially find her. That's cool.
It's only $20 away from $1,000. That's amazing.
This battery is now charged.
Bumping.
Yeah.
Thank you, electricity.
Alright, so we stitched up the whale. We got him blown up with air. And now we're going to charge him up and shoot him off, and that's how we escape the psychiatric ward. It's
Right.
yeah.
Right. On the inflated dead whale.
Yep.
Good.
So we kind of wake up. All our friends that made the escape with us are gone, and we are trying to make it back home. We just want some peace and quiet, kind of rest up. And then on our way home, there's a news flash, and turns out the man put out a news report that Ray killed his girlfriend, killed Arlene, and is on the run. So to keep an eye out and report if you see Ray. So of course we got to deal with all the henchmen now, but once we kind of get into the city, we're okay. There will be more henchmen and kind of police to worry about, but we'll see if we can avoid them.
So now you have a horse head.
Yeah, and a bucket of like dead fish, I think.
Cool. 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 Cool.
So we're trying to get home, and the road is blocked, even though we won't be seeing the police guy in front of it. So we got to figure out a way to get past that.
Almost home.
And there is a limo down there, but the driver will only drive with Donna Grandiosa, this crazy singer. So since we are not heard, we're going to try and fool the old guy, because luckily he's really old and can't see very well. He can hear pretty good, but can't see, so yeah, the police guy on a helicopter. And so it's like, how do you explain any of this story without seeing? So now we're gonna feed this goal that's already full of fish, more fish. He throws up a fish that he ate in the cutscene that we skipped. That's the taxidermy lady. So she's doing well. She started a little taxidermy story, I guess. So now we look like Donna Grandiosa. Oh, not that one.
Now that you've stolen someone's hair lips,
got hair.
and dead fox.
Got lips and got a dead fox.
Good. Okay. So let's fool the old
We're
man.
set to go. I'm gonna hop back here. And he will drive us
Can you take?
somehow near our home, I guess. So we gotta check on Arlene, see if we actually killed her. And unfortunately, it was a trap set by the man. And the henchman knocks us out, and we're back in Dream Ray. But this time it's more of a chapter.
Someone had.
From what I don't know if I read this and it was speculation or if it was actually fact, but they had like 9 chapters already and they wanted a nice even number, so they added this chapter, and it's just pretty much the equivalent of a side scroller. You're just kind of running along. You don't really interact with anything. You don't stick any stickers. So it's just kind of a,
You do get to see Ray though.
yeah, you're kind of going through all the rest of the game to some degree, so it's kind of like a bit of a recap while you're trying to avoid getting caught by the goons.
And here is the creature that's been living inside your brain and
Yeah, so that's Ted.
graffitiing inside of it. And
Just chilling in the brain.
hanging out. Wanted by the government.
Wanted by the man.
The man.
So Ray's just running as fast as he can.
He sure is. Look at him go.
And then once we get out of this nightmare, he's actually been taken to like this secret government facility because they want to get Ted out of Ray's brain because they want to utilize that weapon. The man's a piece of crap and he just wants to kind of like use Ted as a weapon, which, spoiler, he eventually does, and you get a, I guess we don't get to see what happens since we'll be skipping the cutscene, but
Right.
he kind of just uses the spaghetti arm to mess with people in the world.
I don't.
So as far as like ultimate weapons go, it's a pretty benign one.
I have always
worse.
thought that about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, I mean, Ray does have like some sort of autonomy as well in the brain. So, I mean, I guess that's why he has the contraption though. So
So luckily Ted. Okay, there's a big skip there, but it's really hard to do. Worth a shot. It allows you to kind of jump out of bounds.
So this is the government facility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take an intentional death here because we skipped past the first copy machine. It actually respawns us down below where we need to be, instead of having to wait for the guards to kind of get to a right spot or take time to deal with them. We can kind of just let them put us past them.
Okay, from the top.
And then we do a few sticker puzzles, and all these you can skip if you get the one big skip to start with. So this chapter is like the one big chapter with all the skips, but they are pretty big. So there's like the first half of the chapter is set up with the big skip that gets out of bounds, and then the second one you can do regardless. It's not quite as precise. So that'll be coming up shortly. I'm gonna carefully get past these guards. This one's kind of tough because he walks near a bunch of pins. So we're trying to... Ooh, no. Okay, we're good. The spacing of these guards can be kind of annoying. Or goons. Goon guards.
Goon guards.
So we are able to do the second bit of out of bounds stuff where we just kind of jump up this wall. And unfortunately, I think that's the only wall that allows you to do that. That is, useful. But we got to skip a pretty good amount of story and stickers and stuff. This part is usually full of guards and it's really hard to get past. So in the glitchless runs, those are very not fun moments. That's usually where runs go to die. So I don't mind not having to go through there. But we do need one last sticker.
Thanks,
So,
little robot buddy.
yeah, these like pipe looking things. This guy up here is going to be snoring. And I guess because he's Scottish, he makes bagpipe noises.
Bagpipe. And that makes a monster.
So yeah, there's a monster.
Oh, a Ness.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess all like
Loch
the
Ness monster.
mythical creatures are being held captive in this government facility. Like you see Santa Claus, we gave Sasquatch's hair back.
Is that like Beethoven in there? Is that a government conspiracy?
I think Elvis was down there.
Right.
So we saved Arlene, but it's a trap because it's always a trap. And we were actually in a rocket ship. So we go up into space. It's kind of like the man's Death Star to a degree, where he can use Ted to mess with the world. But Arlene's like, nah, I'm not about that life. But she breaks free because she's cool. Knocks the little globe with Ted in it over, so he's able to escape. In the cutscene that we skip, Ray actually gets thrown out into space. And so we're gonna try and save Ray. And so we're gonna need some oxygen to start with, which we got from the vending machine. And then this last chapter is also full of cutscenes that you can't skip for some reason. So
I love how time is of the essence.
Until the very end.
Ray is running out of oxygen.
Yeah.
And you're watching commercials.
Little like infomercials.
Yeah.
So we do have our air, and we need some like ointment for the man has put his mom's like essence or being into this mom robot. So she needed some ointment, and we gave her some ointment, and then she let Ray in. I need to be going down there. So we use this antenna to go to 2 other spots, because we're going to need some memories from the man as a boy, and that kind of wins over Mombot. And then eventually the man gets into an argument with Mombot, and she starts a countdown to self-destruct the space station.
Right.
So
take everybody out.
Yeah, eventually we're just trying to get off this thing with Arlene and Ted.
But first we get this sticker of this turtle.
So yeah, we need a few memories. Apparently the turtle bit the man in the mouth when he was a kid. Ooh. When he went to prom. Whatever.
Whatever.
Sure. Why not? So we do have some kind of tough. Oh, it's not good. Okay. There's not a whole lot of space to get past these guards, so this could be interesting. And there's like 3 different guard sections where you have to try and maneuver your way without getting got. So we're gonna get this D20 from this guy's thought bubble in a second, once this little cutscene plays out. Good times. We hop over and grab that. Grab that, make sure we don't grab the pin. We'll need the antenna one more time. And then we're going to be trying to get past this last section of people. Let's see if I can just jump. Let's go for it. Uh-oh, this is not good. Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, just kill me. So when it resets, hopefully they'll be in a better spot to get by. I'm going to try and bait the first guard. Actually, let's just go for it. Yeah, go. Please. Okay.
Right.
How will we ever get to the picnic now? No worries, Mr. Worrywart. We have
a little cider break.
Powers on our side. Oh yeah.
So the last unskippable cutscene. Looks like this might go over a little bit.
Oh yeah. Let's use squishy powers.
We grabbed the last memory from this head in a canister. Now we can interact with Mombot. Feed her the 3 memories of the man as a boy, or the boy. I think that's what she calls him at one point. She's kind of just hanging out with Arlene, telling stories of the man as a boy.
I love Arlene's face. It says it all.
The man is a bit of a punk, so he starts fighting with Mombot, and then she starts to count down for the ship self-destruct. Ooh, I need those donuts. There's another section where it can get kind of iffy. We can just get past this guy. Please don't kill me. Give this guy the thought of 10,000 donuts. Ooh. We are going to make a interdimensional telephone. It's a can on the string, basically. And we're gonna try and get a hold of one of Ted's friends to pick him up before the
9,
ship explodes.
8, 7.
And then time will be coming up very shortly.
Believe you'd s-
So we go to the very end and we start the shot to get it, and then time will be when that sticker is placed. So about 5 seconds, and that will be time. I forgot that was coming up. My bad. And that's Stick to the Man. In a nutshell, kind of.
That's Stick It to the Man. Now they're
basically.
making their way back to Earth and escaping the exploding spaceship.
All right. GG, gang.
Thank
Very
you.
nice work. Any shout outs you want to do before we wrap up? Oh, wait, hang on. You're on in a minute, aren't you?
Yeah. We can save them.
Well, if there's anything you want to shout out now, then by all means do so. Otherwise, we can wait for the next run.
Shout out Zoink Games, I guess.
Yeah.
And anybody who's played this or run it or
×2.
yeah, anything like that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that run. And yes, indeed, we do have more of ripWSB coming up very shortly with a run of Flipping Death. So please do stick around and we will be back in a couple of minutes' time.
There'll be an extra cleaning charge of 8,000.